Hopefully we are going to have a full Q&A today, but we'll see. We are kind of running on like backup internet tonight as a storm came through and blew off our normal internet that it runs in our house. It just, we're on plan C. So we'll see how plan C holds, and hopefully it will hold for the whole Q&A. But if I disappear, probably should just assume I'm probably not coming back, but we'll see. So tonight we are going to go through how to save in the warehouse clubs. Sam's, Costco, BJ, those bulk deals. What deals should we be getting? What deals should we be avoiding? That's our goal as we go through tonight. So if you've got questions that are warehouse related, great, stick them in the comments. If you have questions that are off topic, that is okay too. I will be glad to try to answer any of them. And not only am I on backup internet, but I'm also by myself tonight. So if I miss your comment, ask it again so that hopefully I can scroll down and I can catch up with everything. It's just how it works. When your husband's away, everything breaks. But we're going to do great tonight. And I just, fingers crossed, everything's going to hold. So yes, Jessica, they're the same storms that just came through for us. So hopefully you guys are going to be good. We just had a lot of lightning, and I'm guessing it took out our internet. So hopefully you guys will be good through it too. Okay, so to dive in, first off, the biggest part of a warehouse club, to me, the biggest almost hesitation, should you get a membership, is how do I make back the cost of the membership? So there are some deals that are out there, but there aren't a lot of crazy good deals that are out there in terms of Costco and BJ. There are always crazy good deals for Sam's though. So with Sam's Club, we do have a running free Sam's Club membership. If you head to Southern Savers and you just search Sam's Club membership or click on warehouse deals on the side column, you will see it. So here's my hesitation, not having my husband. I don't have the ability to put a link in the comments. So if someone wants to go searching for that for me, I can see y'all's comments. I just can't respond. It's the program we use. There are pluses and minuses to everything. So I get to be quiet on my side. But when we're done, I will definitely, if no one manages to find that link for me, I will definitely go back in and plug in that link for you guys. But there is a completely free Sam's Club membership right now. So how this works, you're going to buy the membership. It is a $45 membership. But then as soon as you sign up and you go into your local club, you will get a gift card for $45 back. And you can turn around and use that day on anything. This is actually better than the deal that we saw a year and a half ago, where it got put into your dollars worth of things that you want. You're good to go. It's going to end up being a free deal. So hopefully you will be able to get that. You'll, if you haven't already, a little inside tip here too. This is what we do in our world, is that we go through and only put one person on this account. So you are able to have a card for a family member. Don't use it. Don't use it. So this year, our account is in my name. Next year, my husband will have an account. And that's fine. He doesn't ever activate his card, so he never had a membership. We're good to go. And we've done this for quite a few years now. Now, one warning with that Sam's membership, if you log into your Sam's Club account once you are signed up, you will see that it is toggled on to auto renew your membership. So at any point, you can actually go in and toggle that off. As soon as you sign up, you can turn that off. It doesn't matter, your membership will still be there for the whole year, but that way it's not gonna auto renew without you getting a deal. Now, if you have a current membership, you cannot use this free option. So just as a warning, I think your membership has to have been canceled up to 6 months ago for this deal to work for you. So sorry, maybe you can hold off for 6 months and then get back into Sam's Club. We do see this deal pop in usually every 2 to 3 months, and then they'll run it for about a month, and then 2 to 3 months we'll have a break. So I would guess we'll see it again at the end of the summer, hopefully, if you can't do it right now. Okay, and so hopefully that answers your question, Candace, because it is only for new members or for folks that their memberships have lapsed. I think up to 6 months is what your window needs to be. Okay, so that knocks out that one. Costco does routinely run a $10 Costco gift card when you sign up for their basic membership, or a $20 gift card when you sign up for their advanced membership. This really does not touch, it's not much in terms of like getting excited on anything. BJ's, you will see run deals all the time. I think it's actually funny. I have some old inserts that are sitting here on this desk. There are BJ's deals everywhere. But BJ's routinely runs a 55% off. You can kind of search around the web and find that one. So it makes a BJ's membership about $30 for the year, much more affordable. So if I'm going to put these in order of cost, Sam's is free right now. BJ's takes slot number 2, and Costco is the most expensive. Now, I know that Costco has some diehard fans. So if that's okay with you, if you're cool with paying to be part of the most expensive club, go for it. They do have some fun things that Sam's and BJ's doesn't sell, but you really have to factor in, have I made back my cost? I don't know. That's a lot of money. Where Sam's, I had no upfront cost that I had to make back. So you need to consider that in terms of your savings. And Kathy says, I feel like if you do at least 6 trips to Sam's, it's worth the membership. You know, I would say if you focus on just the right things, Kathy, it's still worth the membership. So when we're focusing on warehouse clubs, there are some key things that you can grab. And I had some pictures pulled up, but I'm scared to try to get the internet to do anything right now because I'm worried that if I ask it, and I'm looking for my phone, but I'm using my phone for internet, so I'm not going to find that. So I'm not going to pull up any screens, but the key things that I would look for in the warehouse clubs, there are some key items that I want you to have in your mind when you're going in that are the cheapest across the board. So first off, this is kind of a strange one, but nuts, pecans, almonds, all of those. When it comes down to price per pound, they cream the grocery store prices, even the grocery store sale prices. That price per pound for that 3 and 4 pound bag that they sell is a great price. So for us, as we kind of pop in on keto, sometimes we'll do keto for about a month. Almonds and pecans are part of what helps us make it through the day. That's a Sam's Club addition. So all the warehouse clubs sell those in bulk. All of them have a great price for those items. Some of your baking items are also going to fit in here. They sell sugar in a 10-pound bag. It comes down to about 39 cents a pound, depending on which bag you get. You'll get flour for a pretty decent price too. Now, we'll see these items on sale in the grocery store. However, when we come to baking items in the grocery store, we're dealing with little tiny bubbles that don't come back for a really long time. So right now we're in the middle of it. We're not going to see baking items on sale again until November. It's a long stretch till November. We'll see a little tiny window around July 4th. I feel like that's already happened, but it hasn't. So you'll get a little tiny baking window around July 4th. They think we're all going to sit at home and make apple pie. But beyond that week, there's no flour, there's no sugar, there are no great deals on those items until the holidays. So this is where the warehouse clubs can come in. If you do love to bake, you can get some pretty decent prices on flour, sugar, olive oil, spices. So those key items, when we start to look at the price per ounce, it's a considerable savings. Now, hold up before you're like, woo, I'm going to just stock the whole spice cabinet from Sam's, because some of these items you do not use that frequently, and they are not actually going to stay fresh that long. Now, most of us that are not really avid cookers, I just cook dinner. I didn't go to school. I don't have a culinary degree. We may not actually know when our pepper has lost its flavor, but it will. So spices are not meant to have a 10-year shelf life. So if you buy a bottle that is going to last you that long to use up, it's really not going to be good come year 3, 4. You get the idea. So when we're pondering spices in bulk, please ponder how much you're actually going to use this spice before you purchase like the biggest container that God has ever made of this spice. Hold back, because a deal isn't a deal if you're not going to use it. That's the whole concept, right? So ponder those sizes when you can. And Lily's saying the same thing. So the only downside is that when you buy in bulk, once you open it, you have to use it. So I don't think wholesale is worth it unless you have about 3+ people to feed. I kind of agree with you on that. If you're a single person buying in bulk from the warehouse clubs, it's going to be tricky for you to use up those items. It may be that you head in there for snack items. It may be that you head in there for fresh fruit and dairy items, because those do win too. So the price of milk in our Sam's Club, it beats the grocery store prices of milk. It doesn't beat Aldi, but no one beats Aldi on milk. I will always give my Aldi fans that. Aldi knows, they know how to play the game, and they know that that price of milk will bring you in the door. But when we talk about butter, sour cream, all of those items, the Sam's price is a decent price on dairy items. So you could go more fresh than more canned bulk. For my single folks too, I don't tend to, I would tell you to stay away from a lot of the canned and packaged in Sam's, in Costco. So when we're talking canned and packaged items, I can get, a case of 10 cans of Del Monte green beans, and they're like $8.99. Well, that's 89 cents a can, and we wouldn't pay that. So if I'm waiting for a sale in a grocery store, I don't always have a coupon, but even with a sale, I can get canned veggies so much cheaper than I can get them in the warehouse club. So that's a don't buy in the warehouse clubs, is canned and packaged. I would encourage you, let's stay fresh, let's stay dairy, and let's stay frozen. Those things can be great deals when we're talking food, and not necessarily, our baking items and things I've already mentioned, but the other parts of the store can have some decent prices. Anybody been in Sam's recently? Like fruit is a go-to. It may not last a super long time, but if you've got kids like mine, that I could bring home that 3-pound box of strawberries, and they eat it in like a day and a half. It's just crazy to me. I can't get that price on strawberries. I think it's a 2-pound or 3-pound box. It is the same price as the 1 pound is in the grocery store when they're not on sale. So fruit prices in Sam's and Costco can be great for anyone that is trying to deal with a starving army of fruit eaters. That is a go-to for us as well. And Nadine saying she got a mega size of taco seasoning and had to throw it out as well. Yes, so you do need to ponder, how much am I going to use that big, huge bottle? For us, I would use that in other things. So, in case anyone has that big, huge thing of taco seasoning and you're trying to figure out how to use it, one of our favorite recipes is taco soup. So just Google it. There's a lot of versions that are out there, but we specifically make a keto taco soup that is a favorite around here. It doesn't have beans in it. It's just meat and tomatoes. And it's pretty much canned tomatoes, but there you go. It's a good use for taco seasoning. If you've got, your 3-pound jug, it's not really that big, but you know what I mean. If you want to use it up, make taco soup. That would be a huge hit in our house. Oh, and Kathy, I love it. I never leave the warehouse stores without a rotisserie chicken. In our store, Sam's rotisserie chickens are $4.99. So they differ based on where you live, but it is always cheaper than the grocery store's rotisserie chickens, and like twice the size of the rotisserie chickens in the grocery store. So I will leave with that. My favorite in Costco, for anyone that's in Costco, I'm not sure if Sam's even sells this. I haven't seen it in their deli area. But Costco, I love their rotisserie chicken that's already off the bone, and it's vacuum sealed in, I think, a 2.5-pound package. It's a little bit more than buying the rotisserie chicken, but it is my go-to when we are going to do freezer meals. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of things made in the freezer because it's cooked shredded chicken. I don't have to do any work. All I need to do is just pull it out and stick it in lots of different casseroles and chicken pot pies. It is amazing. So if you decide that you're going to go on a freezer cooking adventure and you want to knock out a lot of meals, handling some things off your to-do list that's going to take time, totally worth the expense. And I mean, it's still a decent price, but it's not as cheap as deboning the rotisserie chicken yourself. So my little splurge here, but it's still a decent splurge. Okay. So I love everybody chiming in on what you do love. And Janice, you're right. So go in with a friend, split the cost if we can. If you are dealing with a small family, it's you and your husband, or you live alone and you're trying to, get some of these deals, but you don't think you can eat them all, then finding a friend that's willing to split them with you is huge. And maybe you guys just make a trip once a month and you just get some key things. We don't have to get everything that they sell. but you decide, we could totally split up these particular packages, and that becomes a deal for you. I would also encourage you to look into the freezer section. And one thing to consider here is to grab the freezer items that may be huge for your family. A lot of them are resealable, but actually before you even put them in your freezer at home, to go ahead and actually break them up and re-vacuum seal them into smaller sizes. Because then I don't run the risk of it thawing when it gets pulled out, of it kind of going bad as you go in and out of the zipper bag. You've dealt with that. You've already portion sized that out for however many people are in your family. So if you do decide, I'm thinking of some of the meat items that Sam's and Costco will sell in the big bags. They also sell already cooked, Tyson chicken strips. If you're going for some of those items, that's a great way to not waste that food. I know it's in the freezer and it's not technically going to go bad sitting in there, but really when you are going in and out of the bag, it isn't going to last as long as if you just went ahead and vacuum sealed that up on your own in individual sizes. And think about it this way. If we went to the warehouse clubs or you went to my favorite chef store and you bought meat in bulk, you would do the same thing. You're still going to come home and vacuum seal that up into individual sizes and get it into the freezer. So you're basically just ignoring the fact that this is already processed and already in a bag and starting from scratch. But it's a great way to make sure that nothing goes bad in that freezer bit. And maybe you even go that route, Lily, with some of the fresh items, buying in bulk, kind of using that mentality with fresh items. Hey, I could get some of this in the freezer. I could grab some veggies at a pretty decent price and go ahead and blanch them and put them in the freezer. Now, they're definitely cheaper from the farmer's market, but if that's not an option for you, then the warehouse clubs can be kind of the second best option to get those to. And Kathy, I love your tip too. Can't you vacuum seal spices so they last longer? You can. You can definitely do that. Now, in general, spices still have a shelf life, even vacuum sealed, because if you think about it, that's technically what some spices are already. They've kind of put that vacuum seal over it in the store. It still technically has a shelf life, but it's definitely going to make that shelf life last longer if we're talking about a huge thing of spice that you don't think you can use up. I would highly recommend that. Vacuum sealers are your friends. Just vacuum seal everything and you're good to go. Sue says, I love the frozen berries and the frozen rice cauliflower. So let's talk freezer section here for a second. This is actually where, to me, Costco wins. So if we're trying to decide which warehouse club to pick, Sam's is free. So we're all going to jump in that boat, really. But if you love your Costco membership, Costco does win on the frozen foods aisle. They've got a lot of variety. They have a lot of regular and organic. You're not going to find that at Sam's. It's not Sam's clientele. So Costco knows that they're dealing with the folks that are totally willing to pay $60 and $120 to join the membership club with no deal. And so they get that. They get who their clientele is, and that clientele is much more organic, much more focused in that category group of folks. Now, I'm not opposed to organic, but I agree. I'm over in the Sam's Club corner because I'm focused on what's cheap and putting a meal on the table. We're all great. Just get food on the table is my vote right now. But if you love organic, Costco does win. Costco's got a lot in the frozen food section as well as the fresh section. You'll also even find organics in the can and packaged aisle. Costco organics do beat grocery store organics because we don't see super big deals on those items all the time. So that could be where it wins for you. In terms of frozen foods, the only thing I would tell you to consider is your price point. So this is where kind of having a mental idea of what price can I regularly get in the grocery store. So usually for frozen vegetables, we can get a frozen bag of veggies that's 14 to 16 ounce, which is about a pound, for 99 cents. Maybe $1.10 a pound, depending on your store, when those frozen vegetables go buy one, get one. So we're talking Green Giant, Bird's Eye, Pick Sweet. Those are the three main brands that we see in the Southeast anyway. They do regularly go buy one, get one. So if I'm going to head into Sam's or Costco, my goal needs to be that I'm going to get that same general price. So if I'm buying a 5-pound bag of frozen green beans, that I'm going to get that bag for around $5. And if I'm not, then I really do have a better price in the grocery store. So I would encourage you to start to kind of learn what those prices are. You can use the item search that is on Southern Savers to do that, and just put in Green Giant veggies and see what their price is. Or more thinking about the brand names here, because if you just put in green beans, it's going to show you all the fresh green beans that we've seen on sale. That doesn't really help us when we're talking frozen. Fresh is always more expensive than frozen. But hopefully, that's going to help you get some ideas as you walk around the store. Is this worth grabbing or is this not worth grabbing? Can I get it cheaper? Yeah, if we are over, even at like $1.10 a pound, you're going to get a better price in the grocery store. Oh, and Lynn, I agree. You guys, I just want you to know how much I love you, because my Florida State, the softball team is currently, when we started, was creaming Alabama. And if they win, they go to the World Series for girls softball. So go girls and go Florida State. So I always love when you join me, Lynn. You need to keep me updated. I've been following it via Twitter on my phone since our main house internet is out. Those of us who stream in this world, I don't have real TV. I just have streaming, and it's gone now. Okay. Shay's asking, when is a good time to buy a freezer? You know what? Actually, right, we're talking warehouse clubs. Sam's has a little, I think it's a 7 cubic foot chest freezer, is on sale at Sam's right now until the 13th, which is this coming Sunday, for I think $169. You'll also see about that price at Best Buy, and we've seen similar prices at Home Depot and Lowe's over Memorial Day weekend. There's a potential that those sales have been extended on appliances. They usually run their appliance sales a little bit longer than the actual weekend for Memorial Day, but it's a decent time to be looking right now. If you don't see a price that you like, then hold off for July 4th, because it really is right around the corner. We see appliance deals on those patriotic holidays, so there's not a huge wait between Memorial Day and July 4th, and you'll see some decent prices again there too. Okay. Great question, Paige. Is there anything special that we need to do to freeze fruit and not have it stick together? So if you are wanting to freeze fresh fruit, I want to freeze my strawberries straight from Sam's. What most folks would recommend, we want to wash them. We want to cut the tops off of them, because once they're frozen, those green tops are a nightmare to separate out from things. And then you actually want to take a cookie sheet and lay them out and freeze them on your cookie sheet. And let them freeze and then put them in a bag after they've all frozen like that. You can do that with pretty much every frozen or every fruit that's out there. Just spread it out on a cookie sheet. It's okay if they touch just a little bit, because you'll be able to break that apart. So for example, blueberries, if you wanted to freeze blueberries, which we're almost to blueberry season, all the U-Pick sites in the Southeast are opening in the next couple weeks. So it's okay if those blueberries touch. You're just going to lay them all out on a baking sheet, let them freeze, and then put them in the bag. And that will keep them from becoming this clump of blueberries in a bag. The other thing there, honestly, and I say this from experience, is to still do small portions and vacuum seal those guys too. So if my kids and I go picking at the blueberry farms, we did this last year, but we come home and we freeze it in a 1-gallon bag. It does not take long for that bag to become rock solid at the bottom. From folks bringing it in and getting a handful and it sitting on the counter for 5 minutes before it goes back to the freezer. It's just how life happens. So instead, take those blueberries, and we have gotten into the habit of freezing them in about 1 cup, sometimes to 2 cup portions. We are a large family, but that tends to be perfect if folks want them in pancakes, if they want, I don't even remember what it's called, but there's a specific name. My husband loves it with his oatmeal. It's like Montana oatmeal or something, but it's literally like dry oatmeal, blueberries, and milk, and you don't cook it. I don't eat oatmeal, but he loves it. So if you've got someone in your house too, like that just makes it more portion size, and it keeps those blueberries from becoming this rock solid mass of fruit after like about a month. And that applies to pretty much all of our things that we're freezing, that you're freezing them in smaller portions. But that's the easiest way to do it. So I'm not going to blanch my fruit like I would my veggies. I'm just going to wash it and get it in the freezer. Okay, do I have any buy price lists for meat or different cuts of meat? I know prices have been skyrocketing. So you know what, Miss Kristen, that is a really tricky question. You're right. I did have a buy price list for meat. It is not accurate anymore, and I can try to sit down and make one. Honestly, the prices are skyrocketing what feels like monthly right now on beef in particular. So for us, anybody who's kept up with, I used to share meal plans and whatnot, we always have a Sunday roast. We do not always have a Sunday roast anymore because I cannot bring myself to pay $18 for one piece of chuck roast. It's just so expensive. What I would recommend, in all honesty, is that you start to find where you can buy meat in bulk, because by far you will beat every store price to do that. And that is how we handle it. I'm going to be okay with whatever that bulk price is, because I know that I'm already getting the best deal that's out there. And that price may be changing over the next couple of months, but still I know that I've already found like the cheapest source, if that makes sense. So for us, all of our fresh meat comes from the US Foods Chef Store, and we get ground beef and fresh chicken, and they sell steaks or sides of beef that you can cut into steaks. They sell roasts too, but I still can't afford them right now. So we've been doing whole chickens. I can get whole chickens for less than $1 a pound in a case of about 15 whole chickens. That's a lot of whole chickens. It will last us 3 months of a Sunday chicken instead of a Sunday roast. But we've also started to use them in other ways. We got an air fryer for Christmas, and our air fryer also does rotisserie. So we can rotisserie a chicken. We can put a chicken, you get the idea. You just split it up and you make it into different meals. But I can get crazy good prices on those whole chickens buying them in bulk. So that is our new thing. No, I know it's hard, Wendy. We're kind of in Sunday roast withdrawal right now. But it really does come down to, when you want to still stay inside your budget, what do you give up? And right now, giving up beef is kind of what's happening to make dinner get on the table. Beef is not what's for dinner. I guess that's really what we should be saying. And Pat Albertson says chuck roast for $2.77 this week. If only we had an Albertsons like this side of the Mississippi, we'd be set. I don't even know where the nearest one is to me, but there's definitely not one in South Carolina. So Paige is saying she buys eye roast in bulk at Sam's and doesn't have a chef store and cuts it into smaller portions. We could definitely do that. For me, I will tell you, I got into the habit of getting those beef roasts for about $3 a pound. So now that we're currently at like $6.99 a pound, I'm just too cheap for it. I just can't do it. So we're getting used to other things for our Sunday lunch. And I will, hopefully beef roast will come back in, but for right now, that's not it. Okay. And hopefully, guys, I haven't missed y'all's questions. I'm trying to stay up on everything. Oh, I see one. Stacy, for the $10 gift card Amazon deal, how do you know a company is a small company? Okay, let me try this, Stacy. I'm going to try to load a web page. And hopefully I won't lose you guys, as we'll just see whether or not the internet will hold. So if you are on Amazon's site, you will actually see when you pull up a deal, it will say this is a small business. So I'm going to show you an example. And with the small business, when it says that, then you're kind of good to go. It has this little pink bar across the top, and you know that you are going to end up with that $10 bonus. So trying to find a quick example if I can. Let's see. I think this one will do it. Oh, it didn't. Well, I'll show you where it is, and then maybe you'll be able to find something too. So this pink bar is going to show up here. It isn't this by 1984 on Kindle. I read that in high school. I don't really care to read it again. Let's see. Actually, let's click on Prime. Support small business. There we go. So 10% back on small business brands. If you have a Prime card, you're going to get lots of things. Here's our $10 bonus. So this is what I was hoping I could find quickly. So if you come off this page, which is the shop local page, you will find lots of things. But just to give you an example, I'm just going to randomly click here. So we can get heart earrings. You'll see normally, if it'll load, and then it's not showing it to me. Okay, well, it's being tricky, but you may want to go through the local part to see it. I saw on lots of pages today a pink bar that said this is a small business. Now it doesn't want to be there. I am seeing it right here, though, if that helps too. It says save $10 on Prime Day when you spend $10 on a small business. So, by the way, as we jumped into this, so hopefully that'll help too. Maybe you're just looking for the actual mention of the deal somewhere on that page. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, for anyone that is an Amazon Prime member, you need to be a Prime member now. then you will get, if you buy anything from a small business, so this is like $16 earrings that I just happened to click on, you would pay $16 for them, but you're going to get a $10 credit put into your Amazon account to use on Prime Day. They run this every year, so it's always fun to see it come back. And you can only do that one time in your account, so don't just start buying from all the small businesses. You only get one $10 credit, but find something. And there's a lot out there that costs $10. So even if you just find something, it becomes a stocking stuffer later in the year or an early birthday present for you, whatever you want to do, just think about it as being a freebie, because in the end, I'm getting $10 to use towards Prime Day, and there's where you're going to get the deal too, but you basically got something for your $10. So hopefully that helps explain the deal and helps you to see how to find it. Okay, to catch back up, sorry guys. Oh, and there we go, Carolina. So hopefully I helped you with that one. What is the deal? Again, it's just for Prime members, and that deal ends the day before Prime Day. So you don't have to run and use it today. Their wording on that deal is buy $10 today. And I'll back up to show you. It doesn't want to. So normally, here we go. Their wording is when you spend $10 with small business, there's another page. I always think you're seeing it. There's another page that will pop up and say when you spend it today, but that is not, you don't have to do it today. You have until the day before Prime Day, which is like the 19th of June. So Prime Day is going to be that Monday and Tuesday after Father's Day. And so you're kind of good to go on, a whole nother week and a half of finding whatever you wanted to from small business to use that credit. So Lynn, Walgreens help. I have $28 in Walgreens reward and a coupon to earn $7 in cash rewards if I spend $25. Manufacturers coupons, all of this. So your $28 first off in cash rewards is happy. It is just going to sit there as happy as a lark and not expire for a year. So don't be in a hurry to use your Walgreens cash. I would actually recommend that you just use it little bits at a time to pay what is left on any deals that give you register rewards, but ignoring them on any other purchase. If you have a earn coupon, a $7 bonus when you buy $25, you can't use any Walgreens cash with that offer, or you will not earn the $7. So kind of a bummer there, and that's why it's just better to get in the habit of just using those rewards to pay for the little bits, the little $2 here and $5 there on register reward deals. And then the $5 off your next $5 or more, you can use that too, but if you're going to use that earn coupon, your total better be $30 before you use that $5 off your next $5 purchase. Your total has to be $25 after all store coupons have been applied to be able to earn that $7 bonus. So hopefully that will help. And Shelly, the first $10 deal for Prime, so what we were just mentioning, that was this buy local. And I just clicked on the Northeast, but you can click on any region. It's just shop from local brands, and you're going to get a $10 bonus. So this is really the main page for it, and you will be able to find this. So all I did, if you have a Prime membership, is I clicked on Prime, and it's kind of right under the Prime button over. I can't see it because my face is in the way, but when you spend $10. So it walks you through how to do it. You have until 6/20 to turn around and to buy something, and then you'll get your credit in your Amazon account to use on Prime Day. You only have 2 days to use it, but there are so many deals. You're going to find something that you want for $10. So in the end, you grabbed something, and there's a lot that you can grab that is in that $10 range, and then you got the money back, and you have the money to spend on Prime Day. Okay, so let's go back to our warehouses for a bit. We talked about frozen, we talked about fresh, meat a little bit, and Paige is mentioning all the meats that she gets in the Sam's Club, and warehouses are great for bulk meat. So this is my one comment on meat. Warehouse meat prices are about equal to grocery store sale prices, but the warehouse prices are every day, so I don't have to worry about catching the sale in the grocery store. I have the everyday price. Warehouses do offer bulk, but be careful because a lot of them don't actually reduce the price. So if I do get a a big, huge flat of chicken breasts or chicken thighs, it's not actually going to be any cheaper. So that's a good tip for my folks that are single. If you are shopping the warehouse stores, you will find some smaller packages. They're usually price per pound the same price, not a case difference. If you do see a case discount, it's actually not a very large discount. So with meat, their prices are already pretty good. That's kind of why you're not going to see the additional discount. But just to give you some ideas here, you'll see boneless, skinless chicken breasts in our Sam's Club. It's $1.99 a pound. That's the sale price in the grocery store. Salmon fillets are $8.99 a pound. Again, that's the sale price in the grocery store. Ground beef is like $3.99 right now. That was a few weeks ago, so I don't know where it is at this moment. Our rotisserie chickens are $4.99. So, you start to learn those prices, and then you can start to think, to compare this to the grocery store price. Am I beating it or am I not? And this is where, for me, I actually think it's great to have a favorite grocery store. So you guys know I'm a Publix girl. It's probably just because I was born in Florida. Like, it's in my blood just to shop in Publix. But because of that, I know that when it's on sale, Publix market ground beef is $3.49 a pound. Even now, I just grabbed some last week, 2 weeks ago, it was on sale. So that beats the Sam's Club price. Now, it doesn't beat the Chef Store price, and I need more hamburger. I need to get to the Chef Store, but right now they close at 6, and that's really hard for me to get to that side of town by 6 o'clock. So having to work that into my schedule. But knowing that price in Publix, knowing this is my store and I know my store's prices, helps me when I get to Sam's to know, do I want to buy a lot of this or do I just want to get a little bit? Am I really getting a deal that's worth buying a ton and putting it away? It's going to help you answer those questions very quickly in your head, because you'll know, hey, I know that Publix ground beef, or market ground beef in particular, is always cheaper than this when it's on sale. Then I can just get a little bit if I need it today and not worry about getting this huge package. And Emily, yes, the $10 bonus that you're going to get on that Amazon deal. I'm glad that everyone loves this Amazon deal. The $10 bonus is going to be just for Prime Day. So that is when I didn't mean to get the terms and conditions. I was trying to highlight the text, but right here in their step 3, it says spend your $10 credit on Prime Day from 6/21 to 6/22. So you have that 2-day window. I have no doubt there is something you're going to want over Prime Day. And then a heads up, this is exclusively for Prime members. So if you're not a Prime member, then you can't do this one. This is a great time, though, to get a 30-day free trial of Prime. If you're pondering your free trial, I actually think Prime Day is better than Black Friday. We see way more deals for Prime Day, honestly, because so many brands, it's the middle of the year and they're kind of hurting and they could use that influx of cash like a Black Friday is going to give them. And so they do. We see a lot of brands jump in on this. I'm not really supposed to tell you, but P&G is coming out big this year with a lot of things. So don't just think of like fun gift things, but think of like personal care. We saw crazy good deals last year from P&G too, but we're going to see diapers, we're going to see household cleaners and personal care items all at some pretty good prices. Definitely when we're seeing prices go up in other places. Okay. And Kathy's saying if we have a Fresh Market, ground chuck is $2.99 a pound every Tuesday at Fresh Market. So we can learn our little tricks there to be able to figure out who has the best price on what days. I think it's great. Meat is expensive. So us figuring out, where are some of the ways to save, grabbing your clearance meat, your markdown meat, if your store does that. Publix doesn't. That's what market ground beef is they regrind all their beef. But we will definitely find that in other grocery stores too. Okay. Trying to go back and make sure I got everybody's questions. I think we're good. So some other things to avoid in the warehouse clubs. So I hit can and package. I really wouldn't go there. I saw somebody mention paper goods. And honestly, if you are shopping the deals in the drugstores and even Target, though Target hasn't put paper goods in their gift card deals this year, but even the drugstores, it's enough to where Sam's Club prices for paper goods, they can't touch drugstore prices. And I know that drugstores may scare you and you don't want to dive into them, but seriously, we can go to Walgreens this week, no coupons, and walk out the door with a pack of toilet paper for $3.75. No coupons. That's Scott Comfort Plus. It's on sale. You're done. If you want to use a coupon, you can find some other deals too. Charmin and Bounty are part of the really big Tide deal this week, so grab some of those. They will always beat the warehouse price, and that's hard for folks. I know so many of us think if we can get that biggest package ever made that we found a deal, but in all honesty, when it comes to paper goods, the smaller packs, and with cleaning supplies too, guys, so your detergent fits in this category too, the smaller packs actually go on larger sales than the really big bottles do. I was actually walking around Sam's taking some pictures of their recent instant savings deals that are running right now through the end of the week. And they had a gigantic bottle, I think it was Downy, and it was 50 cents off with their instant savings deal. Like, that's not even a sale. It's not even a tax on the Downy, really, if you really want to get down to it. So when we're talking bulk versus not bulk, when we talk cleaning supplies, I happen to have this little guy sitting next to me. This little bottle of Tide, $2.99 in Walgreens this week. We see $2.99 to $3.50 maybe at one point. Now, this is a 46-ounce bottle. So times that by 3, and you basically have 150 ounce. You have the really big guy that Sam's is selling you. You are not going to get that really big guy for $9. This is basically $3 a bottle. Not going to happen. So I really do want to go with the smallest size that I can in those situations and take advantage of the drugstore. So that Tide deal, it's a Walgreens deal. I posted already. So if you go to Southern Savers and you click on Walgreens Extra Deals, you'll see that Tide deal mentioned there. Buy 4 of them. There's a digital coupon. They all come out to $2.99 a piece, so pretty sweet. But beats the warehouse clubs. So no paper goods, no cleaning supplies, and I tend to say stay away from diapers because, again, I'm a drugstore girl. All of the diapers for my 3 youngest kids were like sponsored by CVS. They're totally handled with drugstore deals, paid next to nothing for them. Now, if I had figured that out with my twins, it would have been magical, but I didn't. So at least we were wise for the next 3. But that means drugstores don't win there either. So if you're looking at that big, huge club pack of Pampers and Huggies, they're not usually the best price. I'm going to get that little pack of diapers for about $3.50 in the drugstores on sale with coupons. So drugstore is not always going to win. Okay. And yes, you guys are talking about paper goods and Prime Day. Prime Day can be a great opportunity for paper goods and paper plates. That's a tricky one. I will tell you, Paige, I have done a lot of math on paper plates, like per plate, because our house runs on paper plates. Someday we won't. Someday my husband and I will eat on real plates all by ourselves, and it's going to be sad and lonely. But right now, in our crazy world, paper plates are part of what keeps me sane on a regular basis. So having done that math, actually the cheapest paper plates that I can find, assuming that there's no crazy deal running, is Target's Up and Up paper plates. Per plate, they are cheaper than buying the big 10-count pack on Amazon of the Dixie. They're cheaper than pretty much any of the other prices that you're going to find that is out there. Staples sells them in a huge, 150-count pack. Sam sells them in huge packs. Those Target Up and Up plates, I think they come in a 96 or a 90 count for $3, and it wins. So if if you just wanted to use my time there, since I've already done all the work, and go with that one, I will regularly add them into a Target pickup order for 3 or 4 packs of those plates and just keep us stocked on those Up and Up plates. Okay, so to keep, and yes, Target is. So, Emily, great question. With Prime Day, we're going to see Target, Walmart, and Amazon run big deals that will all coincide at the same time. But you're also actually going to see almost every little site that is out there try to jump on the bandwagon. They know that a lot of people are spending money, and they want to get in on that action. So you're going to see Wayfair. You're going to see a lot of other people doing that same thing on their website. So just kind of be ready to hunt for what you're looking for. And if anything, we'll probably go ahead and just talk about strategy next week, since we'll be a week out from it, and we'll definitely hit it on. We will have a Q&A on Prime Day, so we can hit all of those too, kind of the top deals that we're seeing, but also some ways to tell what is a deal and what's not as we go through. Okay, let's see. Trying to yes, just trust me on the paper plates, guys. It really is the best price that we'll see. Speaking of Target, I do want to hit this one. We were talking about canned goods and the items that we can grab in the grocery stores. But I hope all of you this week take advantage of the Target $5 off, $25 circle offer that they are running on Good and Gather. So I'm going to pull this up and show you. But in my store, a lot of the items you're going to want are not on sale. They're just regular price. But this week with Good and Gather, you're going to get $5 off any $25 purchase. I encourage you greatly to think about just canned goods and pasta and some very basics. In my store, canned, I was hoping that we'd see it down here at the bottom. I'm going to actually sort by price low to high. Canned goods are like 39 cents a piece for canned green beans and canned corn. And you're going to get that 5 off 25 on all of them. Those are crazy good prices already for canned veggies. And then you're basically saving an easy 20% on top of that. So I literally on Sunday was in there and I'm adding cans to my cart, keeping this running total in my head because I don't want to pay like even $1 over the 25 required. But we did canned tomatoes at 44 cents a can, regular price. And I'm not giving you the after coupon price here. That's a little too much math for me. But 44 cents a can for canned tomatoes, 39 cents a can for canned veggies. They're canned beans, so for like chilies, are 55 cents a can. So go big for my folks who, I know some of you wouldn't use canned veggies at all, but in my world, this makes me happy. It's also great to have on hand for nights like tonight. Thankfully, we only lost internet, but we thought we were going to lose a lot more, and we didn't have dinner ready at the time. So this also counts. The only thing you can't use here, I think, is really milk. Dairy milk is the only exception on this Target deal this week, but it does count for butter, for eggs, so cheese. Think about the things you need and just grab some house brands, easy $5 off. You can also do this deal with a Target pickup order. So you don't have to go in the store if you don't want to. If Target's not your normal store for grocery shopping, just add all these things to an online order. It's also good for Good and Gather fresh produce. Just to throw that one out there, they have potatoes, onions, a lot of things that are in this house brand name that are all going to count. So add them all in. You're going to be limited to one per account because this is a circle offer, but still, you should still take advantage of it. Definitely in a pickup order if you don't want to make the trip into the store because it is an easy 20%. Okay, Paige, I love it too. I'm all about this Target deal. Janice is saying last week CVS had paper towels on clearance and she got a 4-pack for under $1. Yes, the drugstores are where it's at for paper goods and detergents and all your other cleaning supplies too. Okay, some other things to look for in the drugstores. I got a little off topic there with the Target deal, but I sometimes you just get excited. I want to make sure you guys don't miss it too. But another one in Sam's and Costco land, and since the internet's working, I'm going to push my luck and I'm going to pull it up. But I would highly recommend any over-the-counter medications that you need in Sam's or your warehouse clubs. They all have their own house brands for over-the-counter meds, and their over-the-counter meds are insanely cheaper than the house brands. So just to give you an example here, this is Zyrtec. I can get a 120 count bottle. They don't even tell you what the price is. You have to sign in to see it, but it isn't going to be pretty. Or I can get a 400 count of these same size bottles, same product, not same size bottle, same product, 400 count for $15.38. You can't touch that price in any store for Zyrtec. There is no drugstore deal that is going to get it that cheap for you. A lot of you guys know we actually buy this on a regular basis because we have a horse that takes it every day. 16 pills every day. So it adds up very quickly. And Sam's is where it is at for us to be able to save on that. But this isn't just Zyrtec. If you're taking Prilosec, if you're wanting even Tylenol and Advil, crazy good prices on those bulk prices for the house brand of what you're looking for. I also noticed recently they have house brands for a lot of our common vitamins. So I love Ollie vitamins. I love the taste of Ollie vitamins, but there's now a house brand for that as well. So as you're looking for things, if you're trying to save some money on those items and you're not finding deals for them, hitting the over-the-counter in the warehouse clubs can be the way to go. One other thing to look for in the warehouse clubs are their instant savings deals. Now, I'm not going to say all the instant savings deals are amazing, but there are a good number that are decent prices. So I want you to get in the habit of looking at them when they run them. On Southern Savers, we also keep a running list of the top ones. So let me see, I'm going to slide this down for a second. I will show you where to get that. But if you're on the site and you click on National Stores, you'll see Warehouse Clubs. And from Warehouse Clubs, if we scroll down, because it's not the most recent post, but you'll see the Sam's Club instant savings deals that are good through this weekend. So we post these usually the day after they come out, because it does take a little bit of time to compile them. And you can sit there and click any of these and go straight to that item to buy those deals too if you wanted to. So trying to map out what the final price is for you on anything that you're looking at getting, whether you want to go that route or you want to go instant savings. These deals can be decent. I'm not saying they're the best price that we see, but if I'm already going to shop the store, I'm already in the store, I'm looking at getting these things, at least I'm going to save something on them. So in terms of getting some sort of discount, it looks like we're also going to have a new instant savings book that is going to start on Monday, and they're giving you the option to see a sneak peek. Usually their sneak peeks are like, yeah, they're the kind of the random things you never thought you needed. But it gives you an idea that a new set is going to start here soon, right after this other set does. So routinely we see Sam's and Costco and BJ's, for that matter, run instant savings deals. Costco and Sam's tend to copy each other. So if one of them starts on the 13th, the other one is going to start on the 13th. And if one of them missed the mark, they start on the very next day. We even see Costco try to copy Sam's with their one-day sales. Now, since COVID, those have become one-week sales. But even Costco tries to get in on that action. The Sam's Club one-week sales or one-day sales, if we go back to that ever again, are some crazy good prices and some really good deals. So we'll see one come up in August for back to school, and then we'll see another one over Veterans Day week. They always run a one-day sale the weekend before Veterans Day, but we'll see a one-week sale that week, and then we'll turn right back around and have the Black Friday sales. But those one-week sales really do have some significant discounts on things, not always food, but things. So if you're, wanting a chest freezer like today's or this week's instant savings, or you're wanting a whatever, it's usually your furniture, it's your toys, it's your electronics, those type of items. They can be some of the best prices we see. We also see gift cards in those one-week sales that Sam's will run. And we'll see cell phones regularly. Now, this is one that got really kind of adjusted because of COVID and them not wanting a lot of people in the store. I suspect by November that this will change, and we will see a cell phone deal in the November Veterans Day one-week sale and or the Black Friday sale for Sam's Club for two reasons. One, they really would like people to be back in the stores, but two, we're going to see Apple release new phones in September, and it should be their big release. So Apple might release something this week. They're doing their Apple Developer Convention right now, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So far, they haven't released anything fun in terms of product, but we usually see that every September, and then by November, those are available to purchase. They release them, but it doesn't mean you get them when they release them. So I suspect we'll see that line up with that Sam's one-week sale in November as well. So those are just some fun days to kind of have in the back of your mind if you've got a membership, making sure that you're taking advantage of those extra sales that they offer. Two other things to look for. This is Costco, sometimes Sam's. Tires. You may not think about it, but tires in the warehouse clubs, they do run some deals. Costco actually runs some really, really good deals. And I didn't go hunting to see if we were running one right now, but Costco will typically offer free installation along with like $180 off if you buy a full set of tires. So on Costco's site, when they're running these, they don't usually hide it. It's usually kind of up, oh, here we go, Michelin, I see it. It's usually up on the top. So we've got $150 instant savings when you buy 4 Michelin tires. Now that is when you're spending $700 or more, or 110 instant savings when you spend less than $700. Michelin is not usually as high as the Bridgestone offer. So if you don't necessarily care what brand, the Bridgestone offer will be a little bit better, but it does make for some pretty decent prices on tires. Costco also offers vacations. Sounds a little crazy, but they do. If you paid for that super high value Costco, you get the percentage back check at the end of the year, whatever that level membership is. You are going to get a percentage back on your travel as well. So I know folks that actually book their cruises through Costco, not only to get the Costco discounts and some perks that they give just to members, but also to get that 2% back in that check at the end of the year. So you can have some fun with it if you want. And some of these vacations, like this Moon Palace in Cancun, they offer Costco gift cards back. So it's like a perk. You've bought the vacation, you pay whatever the price is, but then you get a gift card back to turn around and use on your next purchase. So it's something to look into. It isn't worth getting the membership for, guys, because it's just you spending more money to go on a vacation. But if you have a Costco membership, it's something to look into to make sure that you're getting the best price possible on whatever this vacation is that you're pondering. And we just talked frugal vacations last week, so we might as well throw that one in, right? And then the last tip here does not require a membership, and that is pharmacy. So if you're looking at saving on actual pharmacy meds, not over the counter, in most states, it's not all, but it's like 95% of states, they cannot require that you be a member to be able to use their pharmacy. So you can head in and get the pharmacy discounts when you are in Sam's and Costco and not have to be a member to get those discounts. So take advantage of it. What you cannot do is take advantage of their mail order discounts, which is going to give you like a 90-day supply, and it is a much cheaper price than the in-store price. Should always look at that for your pharmacy meds if it's a medication that you're on all the time. You will not be able to get that offer without a membership, but the in-store pharmacy price you can get without a membership in most warehouse clubs in most states. So that's kind of a fun perk if you didn't know about that one. It's a good way to save. And I keep thinking about other things that we grab there too. Costco, my folks that have a Costco membership, Costco is a go-to place for refilling your propane tanks. You may not think about it, but instead of doing a propane exchange where you're going to pay like upwards of $19 in exchange, Costco will actually just refill your propane tank for the price per pound of the gas that's going in it. I don't know what their current rate is. It is it is a discount off of the current rates, but the price of those rates has jumped significantly. But you're probably still looking at $10 to refill your propane tank versus $19 to exchange it. So if you have a Costco membership, that is a big savings right there. And gas in general, Costco and Sam's. I know in our town, they were one of the only stores that managed to continue having gas a couple of weeks ago, but their price is still a good 20 cents, if not 25 cents, lower than a lot of the stations in our area. So if you're already there, it's a considerable way to save on your gas as you're there. For me, I don't know if it's worth making a trip across town. It's only when I'm in the area that I will get gas there. But if you happen to live right there, you could really take advantage of this and always fill up your tank at Costco and Sam's. Okay. And Carolina Couponer is mentioning AAA for getting good deals on vacations. They can, yes. I haven't had a AAA membership in years. And honestly, I found that the discounts that we were able to get through AAA, we really could get on our own just doing some legwork. So I don't know that I would get it for the roadside assistance, not necessarily for the vacation assistance. But they are a great travel agent if you wanted to. Nadine, your daughter's asking how we get our horse to take his medicine. We, thankfully those Zyrtecs are small, but if they're big, sometimes he has to take some big pills. If they get sick, we have to split them up because he is smart. This one particular horse is smart. And we will mix it in with sweet feed, which is like horse feed that's been soaked in molasses, basically. You buy it. We don't soak it in molasses. We mix it in with his sweet feed, and he will just gladly eat that Zyrtec along with his sweet feed and not care. But if it was a bigger pill, he is super smart, and he'll use his little lips, and he'll move all the pills over here, and he'll eat all the sweet feed over here. So the stinker, you have to break all those big pills in half. So thank you, Zyrtec, for not being a massive pill. But that is how we just slip it in with some food. And he's just happy to get some food because he's, just as greedy as the next horse. They all will do anything you want if you'll give them food. Oh, and Jessica's mentioning she saved $200 on tires this past weekend at Sam's. So, yeah, tires would always make my list there. And I love it. Everyone else is mentioning getting gas at Sam's too. So, in terms of Sam's, and Carolina Cooper are saying that last week your Sam's in Winston-Salem was completely out of gas too. I know there are still some areas that are getting it back. It's kind of surprising. In our area, we all have it. Thankfully, but I'm sorry to hear you guys are still struggling. Okay, so that's a good long list. I am kind of jumping around there, but we hit a lot of what to buy and a few things of what not to buy. In terms of all the things in the middle of the store, that's my last warning. The middle of the store is where it's kind of like this, they hope you get trapped. And I feel like lately they really are gearing up for that because they keep changing how the aisles lay out in our Sam's. But the middle of the store is not necessarily a deal. So just be careful on those items. A lot of the items that you find are specifically made for that warehouse. So if we're talking clothes, they were made for Carter's. For Costco. So you'll see the Carter's brand in Costco, but it's Carter's made for Costco. It's not Carter's necessarily. And it is a decent price. It isn't something I can get anywhere else. So if you love it, you're going to have to get it at Costco. But it's not normally as cheap as we will get if we wait for sales directly from Carter's. The same on all the other items that we're going to find in that middle section. Now, occasionally we will see them on one-day sales or weekend sales or instant savings. Now we're talking. If they want to throw the shoes and I got a pair of shorts there on a weekend sale a few weeks ago that were $7.99. Okay, now we're talking. But all of the regular prices on that middle section, your books, your magazines, be careful. A lot of them are specifically a Costco version. It isn't necessarily a deal, but because it is a Costco version, this is going to get you. So if you're using the Southern Savers app, there's a barcode scanner that is part of the app. Use that in Costco and Sam's. Sometimes it won't work because the barcode will be a specific Sam's Club barcode because that product is only made for Sam's. But for books and other items, hopefully it will help you, and you'll start to see just how the price isn't a saving. It's the same price that I could get online, or it's actually a much worse price than I can get online. So I see so many folks pouring over the book section. It's not always a deal. And that middle part of the store, not always a deal unless we've got an instant savings, a flash sale, or some kind of 1 week event. Then you're welcome to shop it. But other than that, stay away as much as you can. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I'm glad that we held for the whole hour. I didn't know if we would. I will be back on tomorrow, and we're going to have a little bit of change. I've been pondering what time to pick. I think we're going to do, it's going to have to be 11 tomorrow for drugstores, and we're probably just going to stick with 11 o'clock through the summer. It's not ideal for me. It may not be ideal for you. But we are actually going to do a Bible study this summer with a group of other families and kids, and they chose 2 o'clock. Nobody asked me. So we're just having to rearrange our time frame so that we can do that. So 11:30, I don't even remember what I told you guys now. 11. Let's just make it 11. Tomorrow at 11, I will be on for drugstores, and we're going to make that our standing time for a while, till the end of the summer at least. For Tuesday drugstore. So I don't get my happy Tuesday at 2. I love that it rhymed, but Tuesday at 11, we will be on and we will do drugstores tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can make it for that. If you can't, then catch it after the fact so you can catch all the deals. I found a ton of unadvertised deals at CVS this week, and we've got some pretty fun deals in Walgreens as well. So money makers, more free toothpaste, lots of things to grab. So join me tomorrow or watch it after the fact for this week's drugstores. So thanks for joining me tonight.